For this video, we're working on the sheet called Ignore Error Values. This time, we're going to look at using the sum function through the aggregate function to work with values that have errors in them. Now, this is my absolute favourite way of working with aggregate, and I think it will quickly become your favourite too. If we look at the total sales figures, we'll see there are two error values in the column. In cell F7, we have a divide by zero error, and in cell F10, we have the value error, which we get when we calculate a value by text. Now, obviously, I have forced these errors onto the sheet for the purpose of this video, but in real life, this is extremely common, particularly the divide by zero error. Let's take a look at the kind of problem these errors cause us. Click onto cell I4 and click on the AutoSum button once. Select cells F2 to F17, the total sales, and press Enter. Now, when we do, we get another divide by zero error because the sum function is unable to calculate through the errors in that column. Now, we're going to sum it again, but this time we'll use sum through the aggregate function. Now, before we do that, let's just change back to the About Aggregate sheet. We can see that we'll be using function number 9 for sum and the reference form of aggregate. We can also see that the option number we need to use to ignore errors only is option 6. So let's return to the Ignore Error Value sheet. Let's click on the FX button, make sure Aggregate is selected, and click OK. Then select the reference form and click OK again. So we're typing in 9 as the function number for sum. Click down into the options box and type in 6 to ignore error values. Click down into the Ref1 box and select cells F2 to F17 as the cells we're going to sum. Then go ahead and click OK. And the result comes back as 125,105.13. Isn't that brilliant? It just calculates straight through those errors. In our next video, we'll look at using the array form of large and small, and again we'll calculate through those errors. If you're moving on to that next video called Ignore Error Values Using Array Form, then you can keep this workbook open.